there in the Northwest region as he blasts the accusation and reports from the Northwest Public Independent Conciliator Office towards the Bamenda 2 Council. More with our reporter on that story. With less than a year to go for the municipal elections in 2025, the mayor of Bamenda 2 Council, Chinwe Peter, is counting the enormous successes recorded during the past 4 years under his stewardship in this press conference taking place at the council building.
This time, after 4 years, since we took over office, we thought it wise that with all the challenges, security challenges that we're going through, we thought it wise to give a balance sheet to them, make exactly 4 years in office to carry on certain tasks. It will be good, those who elected us, to be aware before we move for election. Because we not good, we go for election without telling our electorate what we've done. So the project, we're going to do a proper presentation, so you will help us to communicate to the community, municipality, let them know what has been ongoing for the past 4 years to meet all our tasks. I therefore call on you, my brothers journalists, of good heart, good faith, good collaboration, to go through our presentation and pass it on to the community. We were elected to serve, and those who elected us should know exactly what we've been doing.
The mayor of Bamenda 2, Chinwe Peter, presented the different projects realized and others that are still in the process of realization that has led to the council outlet to have a thumbs up and backlash from the Northwest Public Independent Conciliator's Office.
We don't want to believe on verbal stories without justification. I'm saying this because I received appreciation from the PIC as one of the council in project execution in the Northern region. On the other hand, one of the most corrupt councils. So how can you be appreciated at the same time? So we have to be very careful, because council is not just one department. You have civil status, you have the treasury, you have the general affairs. That was done in Bamenda 2 is porous because other villages will not involve. Make sure we communicate good information, and we send people out to do feasibility studies. They should do good studies.
The Municipal Magistrate of Bamenda 2 accuses the recent reports from the Northwest Office of the Public Independent Conciliator as being porous and biased. With the different realization presented with a PowerPoint presentation conducted in the said council chambers, Peter Chinwe and his fellow collaborators remain optimistic in bringing developmental projects to the entire Bamenda 2 municipality. We move over to one of our lead stories. As we did mention earlier, the different 11 members of the Constitutional Council has been sworn in an elaborate ceremony that took place at the Yaoundé Congress Hall over there in the nation's political capital city. The set induction ceremony was presided over by the Senate President, Marcel Nyati, the National Assembly Speaker, Kaveye Jibril, alongside the Secretary General of the National Assembly, as it was heavily attended by government officials headed by the head of government, Prime Minister Joseph Dion Ngute, alongside the different senators and parliamentarians who all came in to wish the said persons as they took oath of office yesterday over there in Yaoundé. More on that story, time for Claudie.
The 11 members of the Constitutional Council who were appointed by President Paul Biya takes the oath of office that was presided over by Senate President Marcel Nyati, National Assembly Speaker Kaveye Jibril, and the Secretary General at the National Assembly, André Noël Essian.
Qui caractérise la matière constitutionnelle sur laquelle vous aurez à statuer désormais, qu'il s'agisse de se prononcer sur la constitutionnalité des lois, des accords et des traités internationaux.
With two newcomers who were recently appointed by President Paul Biya, who takes the place of two deceased members. The colorful ceremony at the Yaoundé Congress Hall was attended by Prime Minister Joseph Dion Ngute, Top-rank members of government, both senators, parliamentarians, and some members of the Constitutional Council.
Et des lois. Et à cet effet, de temps en temps, nous recevons donc des requêtes et nous les traitons sans publicité. Donc les défis sont énormes par rapport aux échéances qui s'annoncent.
Being commissioned into the office, the 11-man team is charged of listening to different post-election complaints and other allegations that have to do with Cameroon justice system. The Constitutional Council session recorded one absent from Justice Rita Florence Array, who wasn't there. As the different members of the Constitutional Council takes oath of office, a lot is therefore expected from the said members.
The world celebrated World Autism Day yesterday. Autism, that is a disease common to children who are born with certain inabilities to conduct certain spare, is one that has brought our newsroom reporter who picks interest on the daily routine of many children who are born with the autism disease and how they are coping with their peers, as most of them have been denied access to education in the different community due to societal ills or regards towards the autism disease. Boris Isono sizes up to what extent this autism could go in the life of children.
The World Autism Day seeks to spread awareness about autism as a disorder and to support those who are suffering from it. This year, the theme is Empowering Autistic Voices. The theme aims to provide more support to people with autism so they can lead a meaningful life. Autism, also referred to as autism spectrum disorder, constitutes a diverse group of conditions related to development of the brain. About 1 in 100 children have autism. According to officials in Cameroon, there are some 750,000 autistic children in the country. 65% of them are said to be denied education. Difficulty in social interaction, communication, inability to focus on details, and unusual reaction to sensation are some of the characteristics of autistic persons.
One of the symptoms that you'll see early on is lack of eye contact, lack of communication skills. They won't enjoy some of those typical baby games like peekaboo, and they may not respond to their name being called. Those are some of the earliest signs we see, but there's also a subtype of autism where a child will develop normally up to a certain point and then regress, meaning they'll start losing skills that they had developed. So they will be talking in short phrases and then that'll stop, or they will have been making eye contact and smiling.
Social Affairs Minister Irene Geni said communities should stop stigmatizing autistic children with the erroneous belief that autism is divine punishment for parents of autistic children. She said communities should denounce parents who hide autistic children at home and schools that refuse to teach children with the disorder. The UN says that autism is genetic and families with one child with autism have an increased risk of having another child with autism. The UN says family members of a person with autism also tend to have higher rates of autistic characteristics. It is thus important to see autistic people as normal human beings and treat them accordingly.
The fear of God is tantamount for the development of every society. This has caused many Cameroonians who are passionate towards nation building to stipulate the fear of God to many children and youngsters as a way to remove Cameroon from the current quagmire that the nation is passing through. This caused our newsroom producer Alice Leke Ikomi to go a long way to sample opinions of the different persons involved in this fight towards the fear of God instilled in the life of youth. Alice.
Good leadership is what makes a community, society, or nation successful. Many countries are successful today due to their leadership system. That notwithstanding, most countries are into one form of crisis or another because of their very bad leadership style. Hence, it is very important to start instilling leadership skills to these young ones so as to prepare for a better and brighter future. Knowing about leadership at this age and giving the opportunity to continue learning leaves these young ones grounded and able to lead in future.
Leadership Institute, and in that training we were taught on how to be good servant leaders, the qualities of a good leader, what a vision is all about, and I learned some amazing things there. I could see various dramas and actions happening. The training was actually amazing.
I want to say what this thing has helped me to do. It's helped me to control my classmates, my friends, my society, the community, and I know how to put this thing in practice.
Some nation builders, a true leader is someone who has the fear of God and is transformed from within.
A leader or a leadership system is a model that knows the way, a model that is leading people to the way, and a model that is going the way. Exemplary figure that depicts what he is saying, and who knows where he or she is going to. He knows how to carry people to that place, and he's going there. And this type of a leader has only one of the examples that has been quoted or that I have seen.
It is very important for a leader to always put first the interests of others and lead by serving.
You are watching High Prime, and we are coming to you live from our news studio here in High Television. We take you now to sports. So FENASCO A Games in the town of Mukundange in Limbe has started since yesterday. The opening ceremony that was presided over by Secondary Education Minister Professor Nalova Lyonga alongside the former football superstar Samuel Eto'o and current president of the Cameroon Football Federation graced up to give the set ceremony the grandeur she deserved during the opening ceremony of the FENASCO A Games for secondary school students over there in Limbe. Our reporter has more. The 2024 FENASCO A Games for secondary school students opens up in Mukundange, a locality in Limbe. The opening ceremony, chaired by Secondary Education Minister Professor Nalova Lyonga, was an event that was graced by the presence of former football superstar and president of the Cameroon Football Federation Samuel Eto'o, regional and local authorities, and a host of traditional rulers.
Remove this arm, this arm, but not the whole tree, so that we do the barrier just where, yes. Yes, this can remain, but there should not be Cameroon map here. For the decoration should be modified.
The occasion that was animated by remarkable traditional dances from the different students ushers in the Olympic flames of the 24th edition of the FENASCO A Games in Cameroon, with the different sporting disciplines like football, handball, long jump, high jump, athletics, and others. Minister Nalova Lyonga prescribed fair play from the different participating teams. By Tuesday, the 9th of April 2024, when this competition will be closing, the different 10 regional delegations will be counting their losses and gains on the medal classification table. We cross over to our foreign news package for tonight. In a momentum way of making significant strides of reconciling the different warring sections in the West African nation of Gabon, it has caused the nation to organize a reconciliation national dialogue for the both parties that have been worrying about ever since the government of Ali Bongo was toppled some months ago by the military junta in that West African nation. This has seen the president of the DRC, Felix Tshisekedi, who is acting as a mediator towards the reconciliation phase of Gabonese political sphere. Aisha Mbeng has more.
Gabon takes a historic step towards democratic renewal. In the monumental move, marking a significant shift in Gabonese politics, the nation has embarked on national dialogue aimed at revitalizing its democratic institutions after 54 years under the Bongo dynasty. Led by President Felix Tshisekedi, the dialogue signifies a crucial step towards fostering hope for a brighter future in the country. The initiative, spearheaded by Archbishop Jean-Patrick Ibaba and attended by over 4,000 citizens at the Libreville Sports Place, symbolizes a collective effort to chart a new course for Gabon. Amidst the gathering, the sentiment of unity and determination to speak with one voice resonated strongly among attendees. Central to the dialogue is the aspiration to create a more just, fraternal and prosperous Gabon as articulated by Archbishop Ibaba. Participants, including Transitional Senator Amel Yembi and trade unionist Sylvain Mayabe Binet, voiced their aspirations for Gabon's wealth to be equitably distributed among its people, emphasizing the need for genuine socio-economic development. Nikes Mulumbi, representing civil society, underscored the importance of overcoming past challenges and fostering a renewed sense of purpose. He expressed optimism about the potential for positive change, citing recent signs of progress and emphasizing the role of vision and determination in shaping Gabon's future. The outcomes of the national dialogue are expected to be translated into legislation, laying the groundwork for a new constitution that will be put to a referendum, allowing the Gabonese people to have a direct say in shaping the country's democratic framework.
On to sports now. Ever since the sacking of former head coach of the Indomitable Lions football team in Cameroon, yesterday the Republic of Cameroon issued a communique citing that they have a new head coach in the person of Belgian coach Marc Brice, who is presented to the Cameroonian public as the new head coach of the said football team in the country. He is expected to make sure the good, glorious days of football in Cameroon returns, as our reporter Ngudio Solita tells us more.
After 2 months of no technical team since Coach Rigobert Song's contract was not renewed, in the late hours of yesterday, April 2nd, 2024, on the 8:30 p.m. news on CRTV, a presentation of the new coach for the Indomitable Lions with name Marc Brice was reported. Back to the foreign reign, the 61-year-old Belgian coach has 15 years of coaching experiences. It should be noted that in the early Wednesday, 3rd April 2024, Fecafoot took to their Facebook page denying of recognizing this technical team that has been published by the Ministry of Sport and Physical Education. The Cameroon Football Federation has expressed its great astonishment at this act, which is contrary to the terms of Decree number 2024/384 of September 26, 2014, relating to the organization and operation of the national football team. One can say that smooth communication between the Federation and the Ministry of Sport and Physical Education is limping as Cameroonians are into a confused state. It should be echoed that during the FIFA international break, when other African countries were participating in friendlies, Team Cameroon did not participate in any to better equip themselves ahead of the World Cup qualifiers because of the absence of no technical department. At press time, non-official communication has been sent out by the Federation and the Ministry of Sport and Physical Education to have an aligned response to the various controversial issues in terms of the new coach of the national team.
With our sports story, viewers of High Television and the newscast for tonight, this is where we conclude today's newscast. Thanks for watching and good night from my new studio. As we'll be back tomorrow 8 p.m. Cameroon time, GMT+1. Good night.